Hello everyone, so since I've organized all of my shelves now, I can show you all of my bookshelves in a bookshelf tour. I think it's time for that. So I'm standing in front of the very first bookshelf behind my door, and I'm just going to show you all of my bookshelves in parts because it would take way too long to film it all in one video. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So this is how the first shelves look. So on the very top here I mostly have some classics, but also some fairy tale and children's books. It's a wild mix. I just have to use all of the room that I have and put all the books somewhere. So we have the Sisters Grimm series, for example, an old book with all of the Andersen fairy tales in it, and also some Jane Austen classics. I also have the other books, but they are still on the unread shelves. And then these ones are really beautiful classics in German from the Nicole publishing house. They look really stunning. And yeah, I've read all of the books on these shelves, just as a disclaimer. Then we move on to this one, organized by color, as you can see. And yeah, it's a wild mix. We have some classics, some Robinson Crusoe, Agatha Christie. These are old copies right here that I could get for free at my university because they were unhauling these. And yeah, George Orwell, love his books. And also some beautiful illustrated versions at the bottom here. Little Mermaid, Narnia, Wizard of Oz, some well-beloved classics that I can read all the time. So yeah. And this copy of Frankenstein I've read multiple times, so that's why it looks the way it looks. Okay, moving down, I have my Mina Lima editions right here. I think they're all in German, but they look the same in English, so who cares? I love these editions. These are one of the most beautiful books I own, I think, and they just look stunning if they're organized by color. I will have a problem if they publish any more books, because I don't have room in this bookshelf for them, but yeah, I'll move them somewhere else, I'll find a way. I'm also collecting the Harry Potter versions, but they are somewhere else. And then these are also some children's books, some classics, but also, because there was no space anywhere else, some dystopian horror stuff. I think it's only in German, I don't think they have translated it. But this is very cool because every book has a different eye color. I love books like these that look unique. And then what else do we have? Anne of Green Gables. I have so many copies of the series because I love it. And then we have Diane Jones books. These are also German, with very beautiful covers. I love them so much. That's why I collect them in German, because they are more beautiful than the English ones. And yeah, the book spines are exceptional as well. Okay, moving down. This is the Rainbow bookshelf. All the same sizes, all in paperback. I love most of these. And they represent my book taste, I think, because it's mostly about horror, fantasy, some historical fiction, science fiction, some classics, whatever. and short story collections, which I also love. This is a personal favorite of mine. Love that one. Also love the TV series that came out. Still haven't watched the last episodes, but so far it's amazing. If you haven't checked it out, you really should. Yeah, and this is where the rainbow goes on and ends. More historical fiction. I also love this one. Ice Grace, that's great. And I Am Legend, I was surprised by how different it is from the movie. Especially the second half, I think. So yeah, a lot of books. Oh yeah, The Ghost Bride is also amazing. Love that one. The movie adaptation, not so much. It's a bit silly. It's more about the humor, but the book is much more serious. Much more about interesting fantasy elements and historical fiction combined. So yeah, moving down again. This is where I'm just organizing by vibes. So it's a much darker, horror-oriented bookshelf right here. This right here. It's also a cool short story collection that's only in German, I'm afraid. So yeah, some short novellas of extreme horror, which I always enjoy. Selznick book, which is really cool because half of it is told in just pictures with no words. And yeah, the cover is absolutely beautiful. Like, look at this. So cool. And Dracula, I have multiple copies of that one as well. Mary's Monster, this is really interesting. This is also illustrations and it talks about just Mary's life, her struggles, her joys, and her inspiration for Frankenstein. And it's really, really cool. Can only recommend it, and I've seen it very rarely, which is a shame because it's great. Then one of my favorite bookshelves again, with some great classic horror stuff mixed in with the Heartless one by Marissa Meyer, which is a Queen of Hearts retelling from Alice in Wonderland. And then I also have a book spine here from A Diary of Blood, which just fits with the classic horror vibes. Yeah, and then the next one is also science fiction, some horror, dystopia, whatever, and then just random stuff mixed in, like this one. And yeah, love World War Z, great book. Love Paul Tremblay, except this one. Ignore this one, this one's not so great, in my opinion. I know a lot of people love it, but these ones are amazing. And then we have this shelf. Again, just organized by vibes. Black and white, dark books. Yeah. Some dark academia. I love most of these books in here. I enjoyed Barbe, or Babe, whatever you want to call it. It's the Fairy Loot edition, which I think looks stunning. Then House of Leaves, an all-time favorite, love it so much. Yeah, and Jeff Vandermeer also, all-time favorite, could read it again and again, love it so much. Ritual the same, Slewfoot is amazing, and Junji Ito's manga as well. So yeah, these are some of my all-time favorites right here. Okay, let's move down. It's going to be hard to film right now because I'm basically almost lying on the floor. So yeah, This is the start of my Stephen King collection. Some German stuff. These black ones I got from my mum, and I guess I just stole them and put them in my shelves now. And yeah, I love most of these books by Stephen King. I think almost every single one in this shelf. Didn't like this one as much, but the other ones, Pet Sematary, and what's it called in English? The one about the Salem slot. And geez, I don't know the English titles. But yeah, the Bachman books are also great. Carrie's great. The Gwendy trilogy is amazing, I think. I only hated the second book, but the first one and the third one, amazing. Love it. Mr. Mercedes, this is also a very, very good trilogy by Stephen King that's very different from his other books. If you compare to, say, Pet Sematary or Salem Slot or Carrie. And then right next to them I have some fairy tale stuff and poetry collections, and also some graphic novels. Love those ones. Tea-Dragon Society, it's so cute. And yeah, Lunar Chronicles, I've read them twice now, so they are also an all-time favorite. And I love these covers that depict the main characters. So it's a cool fairy tale science fiction retelling series. And yeah, that's that shelf. And then at the bottom I have the Brandon Sanderson Mistborn trilogy. I still have to read the third one, so that's why it's not there right now. And then some more colorful books that didn't fit anywhere else. So yeah, they are also in similar vibes as these. More cute, wholesome children's stuff or YA. And yeah, love this cover. This is the second book from this book. But yeah, I have different looking copies so they don't look too good together, and you can read them as standalones anyway, so I don't have to keep them side by side. Yeah, then we have this Terra Murphy duology. I love this one. Again, such a shame that no one seems to talk about them anymore, because they're really, really good. Same thing, Mermaid Moon, love it. The cover is amazing, the book spine is amazing, and the content is just as good in my opinion. And yeah, then we have the beautiful Rogerson books, Margaret Rogerson. Love the illustrator. I buy every book that she illustrates, even if the content doesn't seem appealing. I just love the art and collect them for that reason. So yeah, I love An Enchantment of Ravens. Didn't like Sorcery of Thorns as much, but I absolutely loved Vespertine again. I think this is the best book by Margaret Rogerson so far. So yeah, and then the last shelf is again from the Stephen King collection. These are German books only. Oh wow, interesting. But I also have a lot of English versions of his books, especially the newer ones that I'm collecting now, but I haven't read them, so they're not here. And yeah, in the middle we have the Dark Tower series, which I finally read, I think last year, maybe the year before that, I don't know. I couldn't read all of the books back to back. I had to break it up and read something else in between. But yeah, all in all, I love the series now, and I could see myself rereading it in the future again when I have read some other books by Stephen King, to see all of the little references from Multiverse. And yeah, this is a short story collection, which I think has the one about the mist in here, which is great. Then we have Gerald's Game, which is also really cool. Love that one. And then I think if it's not my favorite Stephen King, it's in the top 3 at least. This one, Long Walk, again by Buckman. I love this. I wish there was a movie adaptation about it, but I guess it could be rather boring because nothing much happens. It's just about boys trying to walk fast in a competition and trying to survive, because if you're not fast enough, if you don't walk anymore, you will be killed. Yeah, the last man standing will win. That's basically it, and nothing else happens, but I don't know, I loved it. So yeah, this is the whole shelf. I will talk about all of my other shelves in a different episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me in the comments how you organize your bookshelves, or what you think about some of the books right here. Yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!